first. Battled back bravely yesterday en route to a 68. Never was 3 over par through 5. And absolutely robbed home on the back 9. 10 has played as the second hardest hole all week, so it's anything but a gentle start to the back 9 at Seongmunam Country Club. Good to see the damp conditions haven't deterred some fans who've come out to perhaps see Bang Shin-sil crowned as a KLPGA Tour champion in only her 5th start as a pro. She leads by 1 with 9 to play. When the conditions get soft and soggy like they are this weekend, you just have to feel that she's got an even bigger advantage than she already possesses with her supreme length off the tee. Ability to carry in the air very long way. And this is her closest pursuer with just 9 to go, Kim Hee-ji. Just her 3rd season on tour. All 3 players in the final group safely down the fairway on 10 of the E1 Charity Ladies Open. It's the final stretch of this 54-hole event. Timothy Lowe here, so wonderful to have your company this afternoon in Wonjun City. Now Jung Min ahead on the green. Pretty good pace from long range for Lee Jung Min. Picked up her 10th career title at the end of last year in Vietnam at the Pacific Links Golf Championship. So Yeon Jung into the 11th, playing in the company of Song Ga-eun, and a pair of fine shots there, a couple of birdie looks for Yeon Jung and Ga-eun. Very good shot into this point for Min Sun 7. This to get to within 1 of Shin-sil's target. Oh, just a fraction firm. So 900 million Korean won prize purse this week. 162 million up top for the winner. Min Sun 7's only cashed just under 15 million won this year in her 2 cuts made. So huge opportunity to rack up some ranking points and cash along the way. Yu Soo-yeon 2 to get to 4 under. Yeah, it's nicely done there. Just gets her inside the top 10 at this stage in the championship. There are 15 players within 5 shots of Bang Shin-sil's lead. Shin-sil held the lead on the back 9 at the KLPGA Championship at Lakewood, again at the NH Ladies Open. Actually had the lead standing on the penultimate hole before pulling it left into the trees, finishing bogey, just coming up short to Im Jin-hee that week as we jump up to Song Ga-eun, looking to get back to 4 under with this right to lefter at the 11th. Well, when she won Rookie of the Year honours, her putter was absolute gold dust. Now, it's been a colourful scorecard, only 4 pars on the day, but she's balanced the books for this final round, back to where she began Sunday at 4 under. It was a brilliant Rookie of the Year battle that she had throughout the second half of the season in 2021 with Hong Jung-min and this young lady, Kim Hee-ji, the 3 of them trading that top spot on the rookie points race for most of the season. Hee-ji, the only one of that threesome yet to collect a KLPGA Tour title. Just giving herself a great opportunity here this week, though. So Yeon Jung Looks for her birdie at 11. Is that going to break? Oh, too much. Touch unlucky that for Yunjung. So 5 under par right now. In for a share of 6th place, which pays right around 28 million Korean won. Now back to Heejee. Ended last season 40th on the money list, only missed 6 cuts. Coming in a little bit low and just up the left. There is a little slope that kicks everything right on the green, so that's fine. Ji-young, I have to say, the player with the most experience in this final group. Our 5-time tour champion. Current leader of the money list and the points list coming into this week. Is that going to sneak around a little bit more? It's going to try. It's going to try. That's okay again. Gone on about this for the last 3 days. A 4 on the 10th hole, not a bad score by any stretch of the imagination. He has played very tough, particularly in the rain this weekend. Shinsil, to no one's surprise, playing last. Prodigious length off the tee, and she can go flag hunting to pins that others can't. That's a good shot there. She's learning every week. She's getting more comfortable in these situations. 3rd time she's played in the final group on Sunday. Will it be 3rd time lucky? Song Ga-eun. Remember when she clinched her breakthrough title at Pochin Adonis 2 years ago at the Hana Financial Group Championship, had to stare down at that time number 2, Minji Lee, in a playoff no less. She was relentless that week. Tee shot now to the island green 12th. She's got a look about her today. Doesn't give much away expression-wise, Song Ga-eun, but she is a tenacious competitor, and she is one of many looking to pressure the young Bang Shin-sil, who leads by 1 shot over Kim Hee-ji and Yu Seo-yeon too. Can the 18-year-old Shin-sil get the job done? 9 holes, we'll find out. Kim Hee-ji. Downhill look at birdie on the back nine. She trails by 1. Bang Shin-sil in just a little bit closer. Yeah, good weight on that putt. Hedgen to move to 6 under par, get to 5 under par for this final round. Has she hit it? No, she hasn't. Oh, that's really unfortunate there. Wind's gone out of the sails. Now, Park Ji-young should get a sense of the pace from Hee-ji's putt. Will certainly want to move right. Looks a little better line-wise. Just could have used a fraction more speed. Jungmin, top of the hill on the 11th. Seen a couple of players hit some nice shots into this back left hole location. Lee Jungmin continuing what she did on the back nine Saturday evening. That's stellar. Shin-sil to stretch the advantage to 2 with 8 to play. Well, that's not a bad effort at all, and I suppose the good news for Bang Shin-sil fans is that's missing at least on the high side, and she's got good pace on these putts. Certainly locked in speed-wise in this final round. Shin-sil, just the one birdie to show for her efforts on the 5th, but good enough for a one-shot lead. Now Min-sun 7. Currently 12th in the Rookie of the Year points race. And that is one of those mistakes she cannot afford to make, coming up well short, at least a club short there on the 11th. Run here. So Yeon-jung should have given that one a bit more of a run. That was lackluster. Only a par. Keeps her 5 under for the championship. Ji-young. Top of the hill on 11, left-hand side, big trouble, don't want to go there. Pair of bunkers in the distance on the right-hand side of the fairway. Most players will look to start their tee shots at that, just try and turn a little draw. You can get it about 225, 230 off the tee. There is a bit of a downslope which should kick your ball down another couple of yards, but I'm not sure players will be able to reach that slope given the soft fairways due to all this rain that we've had over the last 48 hours. Touch right, should just stay in the fairway. That's okay, certainly better than being in that first cut of rough. Shin-sil certainly will be able to get it all the way to that flat spot, but good to see she's thinking clearly there. Got the 3-wood out, doesn't have to take off too much of this hole, can pretty much start at the same line that Park Ji-young did. Beautiful. Length is a huge advantage, but provided you know when and where to use it correctly. It certainly is starting to get a lot heavier precipitation-wise out at Seongmunan Country Club. Hee-ji. not going to stay in the fairway, and that looks like it's nestled down in some of that very damp rough. So problems for the 21-year-old at the 11th, just through the fairway. Championship leader in the driver's seat there. Ocean Sill continuing to just pick apart this golf course. As Kim Min Sun 7 has this long bunker shot out of very heavy sand. You've got to keep that club head accelerating. Easy to sort of dump this one short and have it come up well short of the pin. Yeah, pretty well played, all things considered, from Kim Min Sun 7. Only turned pro late last year. Still trying to manage that transition into the play for pay ranks as we move ahead. So it looks like a relatively heavy lie in the left rough for Yu Seo Yeon on the 16th. 4 birdies in her last 5 holes. Is that going to catch the slope and feed down? Oh, not quite. One of 2 players at 7 under, but might be running out of holes. Still has the opportunity to post a target in the clubhouse. Just give the leaders something to think about. As Kim Min Sun 7 has this putt with a hint of movement from the right to save par at 11. Very nicely holed. String of pars to start the final round for Min Sun 7. And after that wonderful second shot,
Stop, please, thank you.
Lee Jung Min,
4.
the birdie look here. Get her up to 6 under par. But throw the cat amongst the pigeons, but she has looked a little bit dicey from this range of putt. Almost has a bit of that stutter step in her backswing. Just watch the putt ahead here. Oh. It's such a frustrating part of the game. You hit quality tee shot, great iron shot, and you walk off with the same score as your playing partner who found the front greenside trap in too. But such is golf, and such is the fates of Lee Jung Min at this year's E1 Charity Open. Bang Shin Sil continues to lead by 1. Par 4 13th, needless to say, going left here is a terrible idea, and unfortunately, someone has rinsed their tee shot. And that is So Yeon Jung, so she's tugging it well off the tee. She's dropping quite a ways back here. Not sure if she can get to the front edge from where she is. No, she certainly can. She'll do more than that. What a shot! That would be some par from So Yeon Jung. Of course, can stretch out over 6,000 meters. It's been shortened by about 250 meters for today's final round. As the final 3 balls survey their shots into the par 4 11th. Second shot placed slightly downhill, but that green sits up a little bit raised. Great camera angle there. You can just about see it. It is a slightly more accessible hole location than it was for yesterday's second round, but so much will depend on the lie for Kim Hee-ji out of this wet, sticky, dry rough. on the right-hand side. Couple of clubs out. I mean, for my money, you don't think that this is going to be a jumpy lie. It might come out dead if anything. So take the longer club. Take the shortness out of play. So poised nicely in the fairway. You just hear it, those practice swings. How much that grass grabs the club and slows it down. You need some speed and strength to gouge it out of some of this heavy rough. Playing more like 145, even though it does play downhill given these conditions and the lie. Looked like it came out left, screaming low and left, and well, that's why driving it straight around Seong Mung Nam is a real advantage. Ball never had a chance. Thick rough grabbing the hosel, the club turning the toe over. That ball was headed one direction. Now, Ji Young doesn't have to worry about that. Drawn a nice clean lie in the right edge of the fairway. For the last 4 seasons, she has never finished outside the top 5. And the greens in regulation or ball striking statistics on the KLPGA Tour. Usually consistent iron player. Fine shot to the heart of the green. She gives herself a lot of looks at birdies. Park Ji Young. Shinsil. Slight downhill lie to worry about here, but it shouldn't bother her too much. 132 left. Imagine this would just be a smooth 8 iron for Shinsil. It's a thing of beauty to watch Bang Shinsil in full flight. What a season we're in for if she continues this form throughout the course of the year. Bang on with the distance control there as we go up to Seo Yun. Gonna make it 4 birdies in a row. She'll have to do it from long range at the par 5. Played as the second easiest hole on the golf course through the first couple of rounds. I haven't seen too many birdies today on 16. Min Sun 7 on the 12th tee. Location on 12th today. And a pretty good shot for Kim. Garten. Nice to play. Perilously close to the front left of the green with the water. I really want to be working it from right to left to try and get it close here. Oh, goodness me, that's an awful break for Song Ga-eun. She's clattered off the ball. Seo Yeon-jung. Song will be able to replace her ball, but Ga-eun will have to play it from where it's ended up. And Seo Yeon-jung's ball was only a good 8 feet away. That's a terrible bit of break of fortune for Ga-eun. It's not going to bother Bang Shin-sil though. She's birdie hunting again on the 11th, looking to extend that lead, which currently stands at 1. Second shot, not as bad as we thought it was for Kim Hee-ji. Camera direction indicated it might have ended up in the cabbage behind her, but this is okay. Slight uphill lie to work with. Can't imagine the lie's too bad. She's got plenty of green to play around with. But is that going to get all the way back? It's going to try. It's going to try. The job's not done yet, but that's pretty well played for Hee-ji. Terrible break, bouncing off the ball of So Yun-jung. So instead of having a 10-15 footer for birdie, she's got this for her third now. Oh, and that was just desperately unfortunate for the two-time tour champion. Now Park Ji-young, an opportunity to sneak a little closer to Bang Shin-sil. Right to left her, slightly downhill. Oh, very good effort there from Park Ji-young. 25 years of age now. 5 titles to be proud about on her CV, including one at the end of last season, which counted towards the first event of 2023, the Singapore Women's Open at Tanah Merah Country Club. That was rain shortened to just 36 holes. So no stranger to playing in a bit of precipitation as Kim Min-sun looks for what will be a very valuable birdie at the 12th. Moves from her right. Tried to stay very straight on her. Good attempt. Fourth shot now for Garten on the fringe. The easier shot. Certainly very makeable. A valiant effort. It's an unlucky bogey for Song. Bang Shin-sil, another great look to stretch that lead. Much straighter putt than her closest pursuer. Just wanders off a little left. But again, if she continues to make pars, the chasing pack will have to find birdies on the Sunday afternoon. No easy task given the conditions. Just checking off the holes. 7 more to play, leading by 1. This would be some par save for Yu Seo-yeon. For So Yun-jung, excuse me. Rinsed her tee shot, had a glorious second to here. And that is a great 4 for So. So that's not the way she envisioned a 13th par in a row, but she'll take it. Hee-ji back on the 11th to salvage a par and stay within 1 of that young lady. Finds herself in an all too familiar position, leading a KLPGA Tour event on the back 9 Sunday. She will not escape with the par. So Shin-sil, an advantage over Hee-ji, now 2. Chae-young has only got 2 holes left to play, including the hardest hole on the golf course, the 17th. So a pair of bogeys, 1 and 9, and now a third of the day for Kim Hee-ji at 11. Sees her slide back. Another shot away for Bang Shin-sil as Song Ga-eun have to settle for a drop shot here at 13. And 5 behind. I have to think maybe just a little too much ground to make up for the diminutive Song. So it is the deepest portion of the green to cut a flagstick on here at the 12th. Back right, just 8 from the right edge. You take out the fact that this is an island green, it's a fairly large target. Back on line once again for Park. Shinsil, oh, it's hard to convince herself to aim towards the fat of the green. But really, even if she takes this right hole location on, there's not too much trouble she can run into as long as she makes solid contact. I think this would just be a smooth 8 or maybe just a stock 9 for a bung. She's going to get inside of Ji Young. Another brilliant iron shot from the tournament leader. Hiji, can she respond and try to keep herself in it? So just don't see Bang Shin-sil stepping back towards the field in the mood that she's in. Safely on the green. It's a scene that we have become accustomed to. Overcast skies over Seongmungnam Country Club in the name of Bang Shin-sil at the top of the leaderboard, chasing her first KLPGA Tour title in just her 5th start as a professional. great adventures of Bang Shin-sil's closest pursuer. She makes her way up the difficult 17th, just short of the green and 2. Pretty straightforward chip and run left for Yu Seo-yeon. Just get this up and down. Try and find a birdie at 18. 8 under par is a strong target in the clubhouse. That's not bad. Little tentative. It should be able to scramble away with a par there. Now Hee-ji back at 12, just off that drop shot at 11. It's a comfortable looking putt for a right-hander, working up the slope and moving towards her, so from right to left. Just keep her speed up. Give this one a chance. Oh, what a response. A great bounce back from Kim Hee-ji. It's been up and down a bit like a yo-yo today. 3 birdies against 3 bogeys. Gets back into a share of second place. Have another look at that. Does have that unusually long backswing. Always has to decelerate into some putts, but it works for her. Flirting with trouble on the left-hand side. First look of the day at Hyun Se Lim on the 13th, playing in the penultimate group. That's where most players will be looking here on the 13th, just a little bit long and a little bit right. Do not bring that penalty area into play on the left-hand side. Ji-young, this would apply some pressure. It's a little left. Not as much as players think. We've seen a couple overread it. That one creeps low. Somewhere behind that umbrella is Kim Min-sun 7. Just look at her playing partner's ball marker there, just right at the hole. That'd be a nice start line. So got the pace. Ooh, half a roll away. Again, just solid pars here. Keeping her very much in the conversation. 13 in a row. Inside the top 5 right now, cruising to what would almost triple the money she's made in 9 starts this year in just one event. Now Shin-sil, yet another opportunity to get to 9 under. And another one that slips by. Carbon copy of Park Ji-young's putt. So-yeon Jung looking at a birdie attempt here at the 14th after a very fine shot underneath the hole, just pin high left to get to 6 under par. Funny old game, isn't it? Hit an awful tee shot on 13, make par. Hit an excellent shot to 14, make par. Now, Choi Hye-jin for a closing birdie in a round of 67. And as she did on 16, leaves it frustratingly short, but fair play, full credit to her. A top 10 finish in her return to the KLPGA Tour on home soil. She'll end the week inside the top 10. Hee-ji, can she build on some momentum from that birdie at 12? She has the honor on 13T. excellently placed tee shot straight down the center stripe. Ji Young. You see a caddy there. Not so much focus on keeping Ji Young dry. It's just a foregone conclusion that she's going to be soaked to the bone by the end of play today. But trying to keep her golf ball as dry as possible before she gets over it. You don't want minimum moisture between your club face and ball for maximum control. Oh, it's an aggressive line. Is it too aggressive for Ji Young? Ooh, it's just going to hang on. That certainly was heart in mouth time for Park Ji Young. Shinsil with a 3-wood has plenty of speed and carry anyway, can look just in the middle of that second bunker as a start line. Don't need to bring the water into play with these damp conditions. Don't think she can get to the second bunker, certainly not with this club. She's swinging about as good as I've seen her swing it all year. She was tentative, that back nine in Lakewood. She was too aggressive a couple of weeks ago at the NH Ladies Championship at Suwon Country Club. She looks to have found a happy balance so far this week at Seongmungnam. Up ahead to 15 and Soyeon-jung on the par train right now, looking to break that in the best possible way. Pins all the way in the back of the green today. Just 9 from the back edge. Oh, she's given herself a great look there. Excellent tee shot. So Shinsil's lead still 1, but after Kim Hee-ji's brilliant bounce-back birdie, finds herself in a tie for second with Yu Seo-yeon, Min Sun-7 and Park Ji Young lurking a further shot back. Great round of golf from Choi Hye-jin leaves her at 5 under par and on the first page of the leaderboard Sunday at Seongmunnan. Middle of the fairway for Hee, but leaning like she's pushed this one out a little right. That's okay, no harm done. Garton looking to shake off that disappointing drop shot at the 13th. A birdie look at 15 coming up shy. Park Ji-young is a little bit nervous with that tee shot in the air, but she's okay now. But just from this angle, he shallows out the amount of green between the pin and the front edge of the green. So even though she's only got 122 left, still has to approach with caution. And that's about as good a shot as she could have drawn up. Excellent iron control. Once more from Park Ji-young. And Lee Jung-min on the 14th coming up the hill. It's kind of similar to where it was in day one, a couple of yards closer to the middle of the green, 7 from the right. Shinsu, how brave do you want to be trying to attack this pin? I don't think she wants to be any further left than Ji-young's ball. Oh, you know someone's playing with confidence when they can fire at flags like that with just a one-shot lead. Min Sun 7. Lee Jung-min also on that par train. 14 does present a scoring opportunity if you can hit a good shot in. As the rain continues to pelt the players. That's a good shot. Still unlucky. Can't grab with that second bounce and releases on a couple of extra feet, but still a couple of excellent birdie looks coming up at the 14th. After that excellent tee shot at 15, So Yun Jung to move within 2. No. Oh, that's just bizarre. It looked like a right edge putt. It almost looked like it broke right as it got to the hole. Tell you what, this game can do your head in sometimes, can't it? Yeah, Hong Ji-won coming into the last. Is it going to stay up? Is it going to stay up? No, just short of that crest, and it's going to feed back another foot or two away from the flag. But it's been a good day's work for Hong Ji-won. 5 under for the championship. Hee-ji, a little bit longer than the birdie putt she had back at 12. Just outside the circle of friendship there, so she'll definitely be putting a spot on that one. It's fine playing in pressure-packed situations in the final group. Hard to get putts to the hole. You tend to get a little bit more tentative than you'd like to be. So, can you find a birdie on the last? Not with a shot like that. That's poor. Shinsu now. A flattish putt, but it will move from her left. Again, very good speed there. Just rolls that about 18 inches by. It's really not giving the contenders or the chasers much hope with the way that she's been controlling her golf ball in the rain. Very solid. Hasn't put herself in too much trouble. She's giving herself relatively stress-free pars, forcing the hand of Kim Hee-ji and Park Ji-young to try to maybe press and make some birdies. Ji-young hit a great shot in here. This would be an opportunity to steal a shot and perhaps try and build some momentum. It was right around this time yesterday afternoon where she got the afterburners on, pelted the back nine at Seongmo Nam with a couple of birdies to play her way into this final group. It's a good chance here to make it a three-way tie for second. All you can do is hit the best putt you can. So they're hitting good putts. It's not too many have dropped for Park Ji-young. Lee Jung-min slightly up the hill, so a putt that she can afford to give a little bit more pace to. Could have done with a little bit more speed. Hee-ji to consolidate her birdie at the last and remain just one back of Bang Shin-sil. Nicely holed. Min-sun 7. Good amount of swing from left to right in this one. These greens have been absolutely saturated throughout this weekend, this wet weekend in Wonjin City. It makes it hard to convince yourself to hit putts hard enough, especially when they look as smooth as they are. Give that a little too much welly. And now is the fiddly little 4-foot comebacker. Again, they're just trying to keep that pill dry for Park Ji-young. Keep that head nice and steady. Rock the shoulders. And pick it out of the bottom of the jar. Those times you start wondering, what if you didn't start with a double? Yu Seo-yeon, tricky putt this one, coming up and over that rise. Will be moving hard from her right, then downhill once it gets to that top level. All about pace, this putt. She's done okay. She is going to have that left for a par. And to post the clubhouse target at 7 under par, just don't think that's going to be enough as we drop back to Min-sun 7 for her 4 at 14. Yeah, nicely holed. The importance of banking a big check early in the season just takes so much pressure off. You start getting towards the last couple of events and you're nervously watching that top 60 on the money list line. Of course, winning on the KLPGA Tour grants you a 2-year exemption. Shin-sil, she's your pole sitter with 5 to play. Hong Ji-won, just 2-3 yards short from having a very short birdie putt, but it's not going to matter because she pops that one in for a lovely closing birdie. Well done, Hong Ji-won. That's around a 69, 3 birdies in her last 4 holes. That's nicked her a bit of cash. Well played indeed. Let's have a look at this par 4 14th hole. Only 321 meters, but in this downpour and with the elevation that the players have to come up, plays more around 340. It's a fairly generous sized fairway. Obviously, bunkers on the left and the right must be avoided. Once you safely negotiate the tee shot, though, it does become a reasonably good birdie opportunity. That green sits above the level of the fairway, so players will have to take an extra club or two to try to get it all the way to this right hole location. But they are going to be coming in with shorter irons, maybe even a wedge for someone like a Bang Shin-sil. The bunkers on the right, pretty deep ones. They have to be avoided. The pin today, similar to where it was on day one, as I mentioned earlier, 22 paces from the front and just 7 from the right. Imperative to find the fairway here for Hee-ji. She knows the danger of straying off the straight and narrow. This is a low chasing one on the left side. Pretty good. So no gimme yet, especially with the tournament shaping up the way it is. Yu Seol-yeon with the putt for 68 and for an inward half of 32. Oh, great two putt. She would have hoped for more with 3 to play. 7 under par is where she will end the week, and now the waiting game begins for Yu Seol-yeon to see if that lady has the bottle to cling on to that victory. And Shin-sil, as she did for the last 2 days, with a 3-wood on the 14th tee. She's done all weekend long. Absolutely laces one down the middle stripe. The 18-year-old leads with 5 holes to play in the final round of the E1 Charity Ladies Open. Sun 7 now on the 15th tee, the last of the 4 par 3s here at Seongmunam Country Club. She mustered together a late bit of magic. Not too bad, safely on the green. She did birdie 3 of the 4 par 3s yesterday with Lee Jung-min. And she's given herself a chance to birdie at least one today. That's a fine shot. So can ENG try to stick some pressure on first to play, but from the left edge of the fairway with the best angle to this one pin position. Pretty good. That's just going to chase on a little bit. Outside chance for birdie. She's got about 25 feet or so left. She's got eyes for the flagstick. Slide up here line. Got to make sure you get that weight through onto your lead side. Don't want to hang back on this. That's one way to flag it. Excellent shot from Ji-young, but again, like Hee-ji, just chases on a little bit. Just be a wedge. Just tucks it a little bit, but no cause for concern. Jung. Par 5 16th had to lay up in 2, so has to try to find a 4 the conventional way, running out of holes like so many else on the back 9. Oh, that could be very, very good. Surely not. Well, you said she had to make 4 the hard way. We never thought she'd make 3 that way. That's one way to end the par run. Just a couple of great looks at 14 and 15. She's nicked a pair of shots with arguably the shot of the day on the 16th. Have one more look at that. Judged it perfectly. Got a little fortunate. You have to be to hold it out from there. And that has changed the complexion of the top of the leaderboard. She couldn't even see it go in. She knew then. So Yeon-jung now within 1 of Bang Shin-sil's lead. Follow that one, Songgarten. Goodness me. Unbeknownst to all that excitement. Back on the 15th. Min Sun 7 for a birdie. Not to be there. Great putt. It stays above ground. It's going to be a third check of the 2023 season cashed for Min Sun 7. It's going to be a fairly sizable one at that. Not sure if Bang Shin Sil knows. She couldn't have possibly known all the way back on 14 green that a new name has joined the conversation at 7 under. All she cares about right now is this 30-footer for a birdie to get to 9 under par. Pretty good read, good roll. Another simple, straightforward par. That young lady with the red umbrella has just produced a bit of magic on this Sunday afternoon. Saw Yun Jung binning it from the fairway on the par 5 to leapfrog up into a share of second place. EG to tie the lead. Oh, frustration as that just swings across the front of the cup. Look at that. She thought it was in. Just falling off low. Ji-young now. Start to tighten the noose around the lead of Bang Shin Sil if she can finally get one to drop. Remember, she wasn't too far from clattering into the flagstick with her second shot to this 14th. Still, 12-15 feet left for her birdie. How close was that to going in? She has done everything but make a putt this Sunday afternoon, Park Ji-young. She's keeping them at arm's length, Bang Shin Sil. 4 to play, leads by 1. Now up to the 18th hole, and Oh Soo Min, the low amateur this week, looking to put the shine on what has been a very impressive performance. That's a birdie putt. That's just going to come up short for Soo Min, but she will take great pride and a lot of confidence out of what has been a week to remember for Oh Soo Min. The amateur will end her week at 3 under par. Some fantastic playing from Soo Min. That's a closing round of level par 72. She ends her week inside the top 20. Let's go back and have a look at the last of the 4 par 3s here at Sungwon Country Club. The 135-meter 15th. You tee off over this big gorge that really doesn't come into play for the professionals in the field this week. That deep greenside bunker has seen some action over the first couple of rounds. The pin today all the way in the back, 29 from the front and just 16 from the left edge, pretty much smack in the middle of the green. Be careful if you go a little bit long. You can see there's a runoff area just a couple of paces past today's pin. And like many of the par 3s here at Sungwon, tee shot played from an elevated tee box. You just want to carry it maybe a yard, 2 yards past that fringe over the trap. You should collect it down to that hole. And again, don't want to find that deep bunker, and certainly if you're a little bit too bold with that tee shot, easy to run over the back of the green and potentially into a rather nasty lie in the rough. Final 3 ball making their way up to the 15th tee momentarily. Last 3 chances to hand out that brand new car. Haven't seen a hole-in-one yet this week. Still got 3 chances in the form of Park Ji-young, Kim Hee-ji, and championship leader Bang Shin-sil. Kim Ka-young has been rather quiet today, still at 5 under par. Playing some very steady golf. And that is going to continue to worm its way ever closer. So right now sitting in a share of 8. That would get her into the top 5 should she can that. The lady at the top of the pile, as she has been for most of the weekend after signing for her 68. Or 69, I should say, yesterday morning. Shin-sil trying to keep that heart rate down and trying to keep her breathing nice and deep. I'm not going to go down without a fight, the chasers, but Shin-sil has been rock solid. You never know, she's just 18 years of age. Tremendously decorated amateur career, former Korean girls amateur champion, former Korea junior champion. Been the low amateur on 2 occasions and professional events on the KLPGA Tour, including the Korean Women's Open, where we'll be heading in right around 3 weeks' time. Lim Hee-jung will look to defend the title she won so emphatically at Rainbow Hills for the 2nd major championship of the 2023 season. Heart-pumping adrenaline coursing through your system. Lying between clubs in a situation like this, it's better off taking the shorter one. Much easier to go hard at the club when you're feeling jacked up and juiced up. Easier to do that than try to feather a longer club in, try to take something off it. Despite some gloomy conditions this weekend in Wonjun City, there have been decent crowds, and with rain gear, umbrellas and all, braving the elements to potentially see the crowning of the new up-and-coming stars of the KLPGA Tour. Shin-sil leads by 1 with 4 to play, a trio of chasers including Kim Hee-ji, looking to spoil the party of the teenage phenom. So to get to 6 under par, Kayam. Never up, never in for Kim. So EG will be first to go. Just look at that yardage to cover that greenside bunker. Put another 4 on that. That's the number that Hiji would be looking at. She can apply some pressure with a good tee shot here. Pretty good. Safely in the middle of the green. Just want to avoid that little runoff. It's gonna hang on to the back edge. No problems there. Not exactly in birdie range though. Gia can play a lot with her trajectories, can sort of tee it up high and send one in a little bit higher and softer, can try and drop one back in the stance and chase it a little bit more. I think, given the conditions in today's pin position, she might be going for option A. Pretty good indeed for Park Ji-young. Tee to green, she's been impressive. Just needs that putter to start cooperating. And 35 metres separate Bang Shin-sil from the flag on the 15th. One shot separates her from the chasing trio. She is not shying away from the challenge. Another brave tee shot straight at the stick. So after that scintillating hole-out eagle at 16, So Yeon-jung makes it 3, chasing Bang Shin-sil, who clings to a tenuous one-shot advantage with 4 holes remaining in this year's E1 Charity Ladies Open. So from the back edge of the green, Hiji's going to be coming up a little slope. And right around the halfway point of this putt, it should start to gather pace as it makes its way back down to the pin. Yeah, very nicely judged from Kim Hee-ji. She couldn't afford to be too aggressive with that one, so she'll settle for her 3. Jung. 68 left. Looks to be a 3-wood. And short of the screen, not a bad miss. You try and chase it up through the channel. If it gets on, great. If it doesn't, yeah, no harm done there. Yeah, Ji Young. No time like the present to hole 1, Park. To get to 7 under. Agonizingly close, shaving the right edge for Park Ji-young, who cannot buy a putt this Sunday. Amidst all the flurry of birdies and eagles falling around her, Bang Shin-sil is this to double her advantage at the top of the board. That's not going to stay up, and that is the first real sign of nerves for Bang Shin-sil this afternoon on this back 9 anyway. Real tentative effort. What you have to say was one of her better birdie looks on this back 9. Still, again, pars. I'm going to keep her 1 in front. And she'll step up to the 16th next, where she has a huge advantage if she can find the fairway with her tee shot. He turns it to just a long par 4 for her as we jump up to the 16th, and Lee Jung-min, who's had to lay up like everyone else. We saw from So Yeon-jung's ball pitching that it does kick pretty hard towards the pin position if you do land it short. There's that big bounce, but unfortunately for Jung-min, that's going to take it away from the hole towards the back. The par 5 16th. We had a feeling it was going to be crucial for whoever would lift this championship trophy at the end of the week. And for Bang Shin-sil, you have to say a 4 here would really consolidate her position at the top of the leaderboard. With driver in hand, she'd have to chomp off quite a bit of the left-hand side trouble. With a 3-wood, she can afford to take it out towards those 2 bunkers where pretty much everyone on the field will look to start their tee shots. The second shot is key. With a good ball in the fairway, you can entertain the idea of attacking this green in too. If not, well, you can lay up. So Yeon-jung showed us you can still make a 3 from way back in the middle of the fairway, and it's a fairly generous layup zone as well. A wide target with lots of bunkers to aim at from the middle of the fairway. The third shot will be played to a pin that is cut, well, right in the back section of the green. 33 from the front, just 6 from the right. If you do land it sort of in the middle portion of the green, it does kick pretty hard towards that back edge, but players can use that general left to right camber to try to feed their ball closer to the hole. But you do get quite a bit of extra distance off the tee, because look at how much elevation they will be coming down from tee box to fairway. See a couple of players reach the screen in 2. Wang Yo-min, Bang Shin-sil, both days. certainly is possible. It's all about this tee shot. Cast your minds back a fortnight ago. Bang Shin-sil stood on the 17th tee with a one-shot advantage. The only player in the field who could reach that par 5 at Suwon Country Club in 2, tugged it into the left trees, made a world-class bogey, but eventually stumbled to a third-place finish at the NH Ladies Open. First, it's Kim Hee-ji. Again, look out towards those 2 bunkers. No sense in challenging the left side. Up the fairway, and the third shot of Kim Min-sun 7. Curious to see if she decides to try to land this a little bit shorter than with Lee Jung-min's ball pitched. Let's play for that bigger first bounce. Trying to hoist one up in the end. Stop this with trajectory. Even still, that one's going to chase on a little bit. Still not too bad. The first time that Kim Min-sun 7 has found herself in this position, and she is making a very good showing of herself. Ji-young. Also loads of room out to the right here to park. So what club is in the hands of Bang Shin-sil? Is it the driver? Is it the 3-wood? It looks like the driver. She's going to have to aim at the left edge of the far trap with her length. So the good news about the soggier fairways is she doesn't have to worry about running through the fairway and into some trouble. Biggest shot of the tournament so far for your tournament leader. And she's reached for the tee quickly, which can only mean one thing. That is perfect. That is miles up there, and that is well within range for Bang Shin-sil. First big question answered. Have there been any demons left after a debacle on the penultimate hole at Suwon Country Club? If there were, they certainly have been exorcised as we go up to 17 in Soyeon-jung. One's a little bit tentative. So there's a good 6.5, 7 feet left for her par. Lee Jung-min trying to stop the string of pars. A birdie putt at 16. Just a little high for Lee Jung-min. Another par for the 10-time KLPGA Tour champion. It's been steady, but decidedly unspectacular. Min-sun 7. This would get her into a share of second place. Remember, has made right around 13 million won up to this point through 9 events. Only made 2 cuts all year. Right now in a 3-way tie for 5th, which cashes about 30 million won. If she pops this one in, she gets into a 4-way share of second, which almost more than doubles that. Every putt so critical, so crucial. And all the money's tallied up at the end of the year. The top 60 keep their cards. Brilliantly holed for Kim Min-sun 7. She's not going down without a fight. Gets within one of Bang Shin-sil. An important putt to stay in that tie for second. So Yeon-jung for par at 17. That one wanders left. She's going to give a shot back at the worst possible time. She'll head to 18T at 6 under. That might be it for So Yeon-jung this week, especially with Bang Shin-sil in such fantastic shape. Waiting back on 16 fairway. The penultimate group already have exited the green, so Shin-sil won't have to be waiting and pondering over her current position for too long. Of course, EG and Ji-young will play first, being further away. Graduate of Bibong High School, parents introduced her to the game of golf at the tender age of 4. She's always been known as one of the longest hitters in the junior and amateur game in South Korea. Certainly making a name for herself as one of the biggest hitters in the professional game as well. It's all about trying to pick a number that you feel you've got the best chance of sticking one close in for your third shot. The weekend golfers just reach for the longest club in their bags, usually a 3-wood, and sort of hit without planning. But professionals, well, particularly on holes like this, you almost play the hole backwards in your mind. How far do you want in for your third shot? Subsequently, what angle do you want to leave yourself in? So ideally, as close to the left edge of the fairway as possible to today's back right pin. And for Shin-sil, with the pin in the back of the green, that's good news if you're going for a par 5 and 2. She just pitches this on the front, and there's going to be plenty of release. It does sort of gently tilt, and there's a bank, I should say, on the left edge of the green that swings balls around to the right side. And the pin is today. PG first to go. Just want to leave it handy, but very important. You must be playing your third out of the fairway to give yourself maximum control in. Nicely positioned for Kim Hee-ji. We're right around 90 meters left for her third. Now, Park Ji-young can't get on the green from here, but she can certainly get it within sort of 30, 40 meters. With that back pin, you don't have to worry so much about spin. You can afford to play a bit of release. It's a good swing, but she just towed it a touch. Oh, that's a mistake. Just into the second cut of rough, but it's sitting up just a touch, and well, she has the length of the green on that angle to work with, so not entirely disastrous for the 25-year-old. Shin-sil looks to be only a hybrid required for Bang. Started just right of that white TV tower. 207 left, has plenty in the locker to get there. Just cannot afford to hang this one out to the right. There's a creek right at the 16th. Wasn't going anywhere near the right side of the green. She's just going to be off the left fringe, but she's there in 2, and Bang Shin-sil with the 4 here could make the task nigh impossible. Well, the player's at least at 6 under par. Remember now, she's 8 under. She leads by 1 over 3 players. She's in great position on the par 5 16th. Is she closing in on a historic breakthrough title this week in Wonju City? PG should just be a little sort of 3/4 shoulder to shoulder wedge. And off the club. Was that a reaction or did it slip? I think that might have been a reaction. Didn't quite grab all of it. And that is a poor shot from Kim Hee-ji. The good news about this is she's got a good angle. She's got the entire length of the green to work with, about 33 paces from front edge to where the hole is. So she doesn't have to worry about this one spinning up too quickly. She's not going to get any check on this coming out of the wet rough. Just want to land this about maybe 70 meters. And chase on the rest of the way. So we're trying to fight to hold that club face open. Just carried it a little bit too far. Still stays on the green. We'll have a look for birdie. Venture up to the hardest hole on the golf course through the first 2 days. 417 at 379 meters. It is an absolute beast in this downpour. He's coming in with 3 woods, hybrids, long irons. Looks to be a driving iron for Kim Min Sun 7. Oh, that's a very fine shot. Bit unlucky that grabs a soft bounce. She has a birdie opportunity coming up. It's one of the better ones we've seen on 17 as we go back to Bang Shin Sil. Tournament in her hands here. A long chip and run into the 16th. Keep tracking. Oh, that is a touch of class. A touch of a champion. Bang Shin Sil, all but guaranteeing herself a birdie 4. She will finally get to 9 under par in a couple of moments' time. 2-shot lead with 2 holes to play. Not saying it's a guaranteed thing, but it'll certainly be very hard to catch as we go to the last. And So Yun Jung just laying up here, leaving it handy. She'll be bitterly disappointed with that bogey back on 17. EG had the flagstick up for a second. She and her caddy have poured over this one. She knows that Shin Sil's moments away from getting to 9. So really to keep her already slender hopes of a breakthrough title alive, this one needs to go in. We'll be chipping back up into the grain and up the hill. And the lie's pretty good. Drop it in that back foot, hood the club face and just chase one up there. That's nicely played, but just a little tentative. And regardless of how Park Ji-young finishes the next 2.5 holes, 2 1/3 holes, she's going to be padding her lead at the top of the KLPGA Tour points list and money list for 2023. Never relinquished the lead in the money list since her victory at the season opening event in December last year in Singapore. She still believes she has a chance. She's played this game long enough. She knows anything can happen, especially in the pressure-packed cauldron of Sunday in professional golf. It's a birdie look. You just get the sense the course owes her one. She's hit so many good putts. And that one's not going to stretch. Nice cold putter to blame for Park Ji-young's lack of a greater impact this Sunday. Still hanging on inside the top 5. So Yun Jung must carry it past that little ridge. It's a small section where the hole's cut today. Just at the top of that tier. Oh, and she's found it. Brilliant shot from So. Still a little bit of tidying up to do. If anything, it should just be right edge. Don't need to start this one outside the hole. Greens are slow enough. You can just start it right edge with pace. Oh, that's just cruel. That is so cruel. Maybe too much pace for Kim Hee-ji, who drops the fourth shot of the day. Her title hopes have all but evaporated, been washed away in the rain this afternoon. It's just making the life of Bang Shin-sil a little bit easier to stretch the lead to 2. Two ahead, 2 to play. Bang Shin-sil closing in on a victory in just her 5th start as a professional on the KLPGA Tour. With a win here, she would overtake Kim Min-byul at the top of the Rookie of the Year points race. But this lady could still prove a bit of a spoiler, a rookie as well. Kim Min-sun 7 for back-to-back birdies. She hasn't hit it. She has not hit it. And you see that tension. You never really feel it. Usually creeps up the arms and through the shoulders, especially over putts. And you're in contention on Sunday. She will learn so much from the way that she's played this week. She'll take so much confidence from it as well. So Yeon-jung for a closing birdie and to match Yoon Seo-yeon at 7 under in the house. A nice birdie. She's played the par 5s on the back nine, 3 under par. Eagle, bogey, birdie finish. So Yeon-jung signs for 70. Sits in the comfort and relative warmth of the clubhouse. 7 under par. The last real test for Bang Shin-sil is the hardest hole in the golf course, the penultimate hole at Seongmun-nam Golf Club, the 380-meter 17th. With her length, not even she can get that right bunker, but it will be a good start point. The good news is the fairway is fairly wide, and again, being very soft underfoot just makes it a little bit wider. You don't have to worry about your ball bouncing into the rough. Second shot will be played with a rescue, a long iron for most players, maybe a mid iron for your tournament leader, and the pin today cut in the front left section of the green. 14 from the front and just 9 from the left. The big no-no is that bunker on the left-hand side. Anything just short right, that's okay. You fancy your chances of getting up and down for a much needed and a much welcome par. Shin-sil got the driver. Again, can't reach the trap on the right hand side. So this should be the right club for her. Again, absolutely throttled one off the 16th tee. That's an equally important tee shot. This one up a little bit longer than the rest today, but that is going to have no different a result. Straight down the pipe for Shin-sil. Just going to keep the concentration on this par putt, Min-sun. Oh no!
그래, 컵이지.
Oh, and that is going to be expensive. Down into a share of fourth with 4 players. One of whom is standing back on the tee, Park Ji-young.
앞에 멈출게요.
Fiji also back on the 6 under par mark, sharing right around 35 million won if the championship ended right now, so still an opportunity to pinch a couple of more dollars from the prize pot with a late birdie or two. It's a 900 million Korean won prize pot this week. 162 million for the champion, 99 million come in solo second, and 72 million for third. Very top-heavy prize distribution on both the ladies and the men's tours here in South Korea. A total of 65 players made the 36-hole cut. It came at 1 over par yesterday. Unfortunately, last year's Player of the Year, Kim Soo-ji, withdrawing at the start of play today due to illness. We wish her well and a speedy recovery as Lee Jung-min steps up on the 18th tee. Hasn't made a bogey in 2 days, Lee Jung-min. Hasn't made a birdie at all in this final round. Min-sun. So just the left edge of that far trap would be the start point. And he does kick a little from the right.
플레이할게요.
She lost this one left. Nothing good is on the left-hand side of this hole. Anxiously awaits the signal. And that ball's okay.
보셨어요?
Have to wait and see. The covers come off to no one's surprise on 17. Just looking at the front right quadrant of the green here. Left bunker's not the miss. Anything short right. It's a very manageable up and down for 4. Much like the 10th hole. 4, a very good score on this 17th. Is it going to skip up onto the green? No, but it's in an excellent position in 2 on the 17th. Provisional ball for Kim Min-sun 7. She is spending some cash on these closing 2 holes. I'm sure you want to go looking for that first ball. There's some very thick vegetation on the left side of this closing par 5. And like every golfer before her, you know exactly what's going through her mind. Why, oh why didn't I do that in the first place? Ji-young also got to come in with a hybrid here. Just left edge of the TV tower. That's her start line. That's the right edge of the green from this angle. Fine shot from Park Ji-young. Superb stuff. So imagine this would be somewhere right around a 5-6 iron range for her. Just keep it right at this flag. Lead by 2. No need to go flag hunting here. It's 7 iron for Shin-sil. Yeah, very smart play. Good shot. In regulation, a 2-shot cushion, and 1 hand on the trophy here in Wonju City. The rookie sensation of 2023, Bang Shin-sil. She's already recorded 2 top 5 finishes in her 4 starts as a pro. She could be cashing a 162 million Korean won paycheck in just about half an hour or so. Tremendous golfing from the teenage prodigy. How brave are we feeling, Min-sun? Trekking down amongst the foliage and the thicket of trees. Remember, if she does find her first ball, that provisional ball is out of play. So if she does elect to take an unplayable, she'd have to go back to the tee and re-hit that tee shot all over again. If she does find it, and there's a clear path back to the fairway, you can envisage her making a very hard-working 5. Won't be able to advance the ball too far up the fairway. Will have to be a straight hack back out. They're looking like someone's found it. I mean, she's going to go bravely trudge down the side of that hill. It's very slippery there. Be very careful, Min-sun. Caddy's beaten her to it, and he's looking like he's trying to figure out the path. So it was good news for Kim Min-sun at the last. First ball safe. But what shape is it in, and what sort of options will she have? While she ponders her predicament at the last. Hee-ji just off the edge of the green here on 17. Electing to putt this one, certainly like this play. See, the last couple of feet do slope away from her, so it can be a little bit tricky if she's not careful. And just cozy this out. Anything inside of 3-4 feet would be acceptable. And that is going to be a real tester. Bang Shin-sil, not really the confidence building putt that she would have wanted to see on a similar line from her playing partner, but she should know that it's a little bit slower than that. Once again, the task is clear here. The intent is clear. 2-putt this one, get out of dodge, scramble up to the 18th tee. Looks to be a little bit better pace than Heeji's. That is excellent pace. That is precisely what the doctor ordered for Bang Shin-sil. Looks like she's not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and tap this one in. Two shots clear, one hole to play. It took 4 holes in a 5-way playoff last year for Jung Yoon-ji to claim this very championship. Don't think we're heading for a playoff in 2023 as Lee Jung-min just looks to lay it up to a nice number on the last. Ji-young is going to move a little bit to her left at the end. She knows the value of every single dollar, every single putt. So coming into the season, one of her goals was to have a chance to win the money list at the end of the year. She's come close a couple of times. 5th on the money list last season. And again, you did have Park Min-ji banging off 6 wins in a year. It was always going to be tough to catch. Just to get into a share of second. And the body language tells the story. Yet another frustrating par for Park Ji-young. Just 1 hole left to play in her week. Still running inside of the top 5. Now, what is Kim Min-sun going to do here on 18? It looks like she's going to play it. Oh, no tree trouble to impede her swing, but they're looking up like they're trying to advance this a little bit further down the fairway. She does have some overhanging limbs to worry about, which is well below the level of the fairway here. I don't want to pop this one out too high. It could clip some branches and you could really rack up a number. But if she can advance this about 100, 110 yards, you might be able to get to the green in 3. We'll definitely have to be looking a little bit right. A direct line towards the green from here. That sounded clear. Okay. Not in the fairway, but back in play for Kim Min-sun 7. Nicely done, but you can understand, just trying to make sure she got all the way up to the fairway, a bit more willy. Getting it all the way through, and now the slow trudge up the hill for Min-sun as we drop back to Heeji's par putt at the 17th. Yeah, well done. Fist bump tells you what she thinks of that. She knew that was important to keep her inside the top 5. The finishing hole here at Seungmungnam Country Club, a sweeping dogleg right to left par 5 that stretches out 438 meters. You don't want to go left. Kim Min Sun 7's just shown us why. Lots of trouble up there. Really, you want to be looking at that bunker up the right-hand side of the fairway where Lee Jung-min started her ball. The fairway does kick slightly from right to left. Most of the field going to be laying up in two because the risk, well, potentially doesn't quite way up to the reward. The landing area for the layup's just a little bit tight. It does pinch in the closer you get to the green. Most players are going to be trying to slot it in this little area here in line with that first of the two fairway bunkers. The pin today on the 18th, just cut at the top of a little shelf as it was on Saturday. 24 from the front and 13 from the right. So clearly still too far back to reach in 3. Kim Min Sun 7. This hook lie out of the thickish rough. Definitely will want to look out a little bit further right. The grass is going to want to grab the hosel and turn that toe over, so you do not want to pull this one left. Strengthen that grip pressure a bit, just swing hard. It's just going to stay in the first cut of rough, is it? Yeah, but that's okay. No problem. So an up and down should give her her first top 5 finish. Shin-sil. 2 good swings away from a breakthrough KLPGA Tour title. I don't think there is a wrong club for Shin-sil here. She's been driving it so beautifully today. It's been behaving, driver's been working. It looks like the big dog. Just keep that grip dry. If it's the first tee on Friday morning and the 18th tee Sunday afternoon with the lead, you just want to keep that same routine, the same thought process. Left edge of that right bunker, her target. Leads by 2. 438 meters away from a maiden professional victory. Wasn't going to go mucking around with the left side of the hole. That's okay for Bang Shin-sil. Jung-min, one final chance for a circle on the card. Third shot to the last. Just coming over the top of that one, pulling it a little long left. Park Ji-young back on the tee. Fourth shot for Min Sun 7. Gotta get this on that top shelf. She's not going to, gets rejected by the slope and is going to feed back down to the lower level of the green. Still has a chance. So Hong Ji-won pop it in from a similar spot. These crowds came out to Seongmungnam Country Club this week. They have not been disappointed. The crowning of a new and exciting prospect in the professional game of golf in South Korea. Big hitting Bang Shin-sil, moments away from clinching the first of what you would imagine would be many KLPGA Tour victories. What a moment for the Bang family. And for Jung Min. What it's like to win KLPGA Tour title. She's got 10 of them. Ji Young with 5. EG, like Shin-sil coming into this week, was looking for her first win. 3 of them shared the lead at 7 under. Coming into this final round, Ji Young starting with that disastrous double bogey. Hee-ji just fading at the end. And Lee Jung-min, who has not dropped a shot since her 8th hole on Thursday. Quite a display of consistency and bogey avoidance. As this for birdie on the last. It's not going to drop. And it's going to be 18 straight pars on Sunday afternoon. A level par round of 72 for Lee Jung-min to end her week in a share of 8th. Just has to be a little bit cautious. Shin-sil, again, coming out of that rough from a hanging line with the ball above her feet and trouble left. We'll definitely have to look out right. I mean, she can afford to bogey the last and still win this championship. It's a luxury that her excellent play over the first 2.5 days has afforded her. And for Hee-ji and Ji Young, nice flat lies in the middle of the fairway, should be no problems at all. Stick to the game plan, stick to the process. Still gotta visualize your shots. Wow, Min Sun, huge putt for her in her young career. This for par and to finish inside the top 5. And it's going to be a bogey finish for Kim Min Sun 7, who'll end the week in a share of 7th, back at 5 under. Hee-ji's layup on the way at the last. Oh, nicely played. Ji Young looking to follow that similar line in, maybe just a little bit further right than Hiji. It's 5 meters closer. A little Healy, but she will get away with it. Okay, just look out right. Anywhere right, Shinsil. Contact sounded good. Watching it intently. And it is back on the fairway for Bang Shin-sil. Believe the trophy engraver could start his duties already. Carving the name of Bang Shin-sil into that coveted E1 Charity Ladies Open trophy. Kim Min-sun 7, not the finish she was looking for. But she will take comfort. The first ever top 10 on the KLPGA Tour, despite a pair of bogeys right at the end. A pair of bogeys cost Bang Shin-sil the title a fortnight ago in Suwon Country Club. But this really was the moment when you figured it was her tournament to lose. Booming tee shot on the 16th. Attacked into, left it in a great spot. She remained so patient all day long. Just the one birdie on her scorecard all afternoon. That came way back at the 5th hole. A bunch of pars since. But an up and down birdie on the par 5 16th, taking advantage of her prodigious length. And she opened up that 2-shot lead. A lead, well, she wasn't going to surrender. Still keeping a very calm, cool and collected disposition. She makes her way towards the 18th green, where the celebrations will begin in just a couple of moments' time. What a feeling it must be for the young teenager. Going to be Shin-sil first to go, and as I mentioned on the tee, when you're in a pressure situation, that routine should never change. Doesn't matter whether you're 2 shots ahead, 2 shots behind, or tied for the lead. Still got to stick to your gun, stick to the process that got you into that position in the first place. Certainly wants a number that's going to cover that slope with ease. You pitch it pin high, she gets plenty of spin on the ball anyway, should be able to hold that back section. Not going to make it up the slope, but it's not going to matter. Bang Shin-sil with 3 putts from there to win the title. And for Hee-ji and Ji-young, both of them at 6 under par, the opportunity to slip a couple of more dollars into their wallets. With some tidy up and downs here, it's going to be Hee-ji first to go. Oh, that's pretty good. That's more like it from Kim Hee-ji. Bogey 2 par 5s today. Ultimately, that was her undoing, the 9th and the 16th. And for Park Ji-young, 1 double and 1 birdie. It's a nice number here, 50 meters. Very proficient from this range. The ball slightly above her feet. Picked that rather clean, asking for it to go. Yeah, poor shot from Park Ji-young. There's just been a bit too many of that on Sunday. Hasn't really been able to get anything going. I'll take nothing away from Bang Shin-sil. At one point got inside the top 20 in the women's amateur golf rankings. Former winner of the Korea Junior Open back in 2019. She was the low amateur at the 2020 Korea Women's Open. She was actually tied 9th after the opening round of the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open a couple of years back. Got to finish 26th that week, and the career is just starting in the play for pay ranks. Turned pro in October of last year. Got a card through Q School. 4th at Lakewood at the KLPGA Championship. Played in the final group with Lee Daeyeon. Actually shared the lead with 4 holes to play before Daeyeon went on an absolute tear. And then that heartbreaking bogey finish at the NH Ladies Championship a fortnight ago at Suwon Country Club. Third place finish there. Did lose in the quarterfinals last week at the Doosan match play. She is about to etch her name in a bit of KLPGA Tour history. And a victory here at the E1 Charity Ladies Open, and all these fans who have braved the elements can say, I was there when Bang Shin-sil got her first win on the KLPGA Tour. How many she will snag in her career, well, only time will tell. But this certainly will be the first of many. She can do it in style. No one has gotten to double digits under par this week. Bang Shin-sil has this putt for birdie to get to 10 under par. She leads by 2. This to win by 3. A great roll, a great attempt. No doubt she's going to put a mark on that and savor the moment. It's the biggest smile that we've seen across the face of Bang Shin-sil all week long. She knows she has pretty much got it done. The painful lessons learned at Lakewood and Suwon, they have brought her to this point. She looks so in control of her golf game throughout the course of the week, playing in the featured group. In Friday's opening round coverage, posting the lead after a great second round yesterday. She will go wire to wire in Wonju City. Now Park Ji-young, small matter of a putt to finish in a share of second for Park. And it's not going to be. So 73 on Sunday. We'll see Park Ji-young have to settle for a share of 4th place. Another top 5, some more money heading the way of Park Ji-young, padding her lead atop the money list. What has been a stellar 10-event stretch to start 2023. KLPG. 4 bogeys, 3 birdies today. Just to balance things out for a level par 72. And to end her week with a career best equaling share of second. Just a touch tentative. Like Park Ji-young, she'll have to scribble her name next to a 73 and a 3-way tie for 4th. But a nice week's work for Kim Hee-ji. The wait for a breakthrough title will go on. Bang Shin-sil is best at the E1 Charity Ladies Open in just her 5th start as a professional. She will notch a first ever KLPGA Tour title. It's a little cold, she's been wet all day, but I don't think that's going to bother Bang Shin-sil one bit. Celebratory douse in some water and petals. I bet you that towel feels pretty good. Another look at the moment. Bang Shin-sil claimed her first KLPGA Tour title. The 18-year-old rookie now moves to the top of the rookie points list. She'll move inside the top 10 on the KLPGA Tour money list with the 162 million Korean won earned today, going alongside 116 already collected in 2023. But the sky is the limit for this big-hitting teenager who dazzled the galleries all week long in Wonju City. The heavens have opened, and we're thankful that the organisers and the tournament committee did decide to move the tee times up an hour today. These storms were forecast overnight. They've done the right thing, and they've been rewarded with some scintillating golf and a terrific champion in Bang Shin-sil. Tremendous stuff this Sunday afternoon at Seongbungnam Country Club. And let the final 3 ball sign their scorecards. More from the E1 Charity Ladies Open in just a couple of moments. Many congratulations, our champion of 2023, Bang Shin-sil.
지방시. 이거 얼마인지 모르겠어. 엄마가 모르겠지. 이거 원래
네, 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 지금 진짜 너무 실감이 안 나는 것 같아요. 네. 좀 챔피언조에서 경기할 때 좀 부담감이 많이 컸었는데 두 차례나 경험을 하면서 좀 이번에는 편하게 쳤던 것 같아요. 네. 네. 일단 같은 친구들이 다 정규 투어 올라갔는데 저 혼자 좀 그래서 드림 투어 뛰어서 너무 힘들었었던 것 같아요. 네. 네.
Well, I think we can agree it was a sparkling day of golf out at Seungmu Nam Country Club. Plenty of highlights, and we'll start with Songga Eun's long cross green birdie there at the third. A pair of opening birdies moved her into an early share for second. The 2021 Rookie of the Year was making inroads in the rain. fifth, the lady she pipped to the title in 2011, Kim Hee-ji. Well, she was making a bit of a move as well. That after a bogey at her opening hole, balancing the books and moving her back alongside Bang Shin-sil in a share of the lead. It was a temporary tie because Shin-sil would match and respond with a 3 of her own to move into sole possession of the lead at 8 under par position she would not relinquish all day long. At the 14th and well up ahead, highest ranked player in the field coming into the week, Choi Hye-jin. That was a birdie, taking her to 4 under on the day. She would settle for a 68 and a top 10 finish in her first start in Korea on the KLPGA Tour in some 2 years. Kim Hee-ji, she was up and down like a yo-yo all day long, making bogeys and birdies all over the golf course. That was to get her back into a tie with Shin-sil at 8 under. At the 15th, well, Yoo Seul-yeon was starting to make a move. That was a 3rd birdie in a row and 4th in 5 holes, taking her up to 7 under. She'd eventually par out to finish in a share of 2nd. Hee-ji, well, just came off a bogey at 11 and bounced back in the best possible way with that deuce at the Island Green par 3 12. And this, well, undoubtedly the shot of the day, So Yun-jung on the 16th. 3rd shot, pitched in the perfect spot, trundled on down to the hole, and in it went for an eagle 3 that took her at that point in time into a 3-way tie for 2nd place and just 1 behind this lady, Bang Shin-sil, who at the very same hole stamped her authority on this year's E1 Charity Ladies Open. A booming tee shot to the perfect spot, using her length advantage to perfection. Attacking the green in 2, left it in a handy spot. We always felt she was going to do no worse than 4 from there. Lovely chip and run to this point, and a birdie taking her to 9 under par and 2 clear of the field. She led by 2 with 2 to play. And for So Yun-jung, a nice birdie after a drop shot at 17 assured her of a runner-up finish at 7 under par. Shin-sil never really gave herself too much to stress about. She wouldn't finish in style, but a simple tap-in was all that remained for Bang Shin-sil to claim a brilliant breakthrough victory at the E1 Charity Ladies Open.
네, 다음은 아마추어 1위에 대한 시상이 있겠습니다. 이 상은 본 대회에 출전한 아마추어 선수 중에서 가장 좋은 성적을 기록한 선수에게 전달되는 상입니다. 시상은 한국 여자 프로골프협회 김순미 수석 부회장님께서 해주시겠습니다. 잠시 앞쪽으로 자리해 주시기 바랍니다. 아마추어 1위 축하드립니다. 오수민 선수입니다. 오수민 선수는 이번 대회 3라운드 대회하였지만 3언더 213타를 기록하는 아주 좋은 성적을 거두었습니다. 김순미 수석 부회장님께서는 트로피와 꽃다발 그리고 시상보드를 전달하겠습니다. 네, 오수민 선수의 발표를 큰 박수로 응원해 주시기 바랍니다. 1라운드 68타, 2라운드 69타, 3라운드 70타로 토탈 207타, 9 언더파로 우승을 차지한 방신실 프로입니다. 제11회 이번 세계컵 우승자인 방신실 프로가 지금 클럽하우스 앞에서 이원 보너스 트로피를 타고 인사하고 있습니다. 네, 이원 친환경 에너지 요정 TT와 함께 인사하고 있는 방신실 프로, 여러분 아낌없는 박수로 맞아주시기 바랍니다. 네, 방신실 프로님 중앙으로 자리해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, 제11회 이원 체리티 오픈 우승자인 방신실 프로에게는 우승상금 1억 2,200만 원과 트로피, 우승자께 우승자 부상이 수여되겠습니다. 시상은 주식회사 이원 구자영 회장님께서 해주시겠습니다. 먼저 대회 우승자 깃을 입혀주시겠습니다.
좌측 한 번만. 예, 좋습니다. 네, 잘하셨습니다. 네, 앞에 보실게요. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 다음은 대회 우승 트로피 전달이 있겠습니다.
자, 잘하셨습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 다음으로 대회장이신 구자영 회장님께서 직접 시상수표에 서명을 하시겠습니다. 특별히 대회장에 서명이 들어간 시상수표는 이번 대회 우승자에게 더 이상 의미가 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 잘하셨습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 이어서 우승자 부상인 페어링 콘스탄트 고급시계가 수여되겠습니다. 네, 다음은 한국 여자 프로골프협회 김승리 수석부회장님께서 홍보거리를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 이어서 HCC 리조트 조영환 대표이사님의 꽃다발 전달이 있겠습니다. 네, 마지막으로 구자영 회장님께서 친환경 요정인 이원의 TT 인형을 전달하겠습니다.
자, 앞에 보세요. 잘하셨습니다. 네. 네, 감사합니다.
So many congratulations to Bang Shin Sil, your winner of the 11th E1 Charity Ladies Open. The tour rolls on to the city of Cheongna next week at Bear's Best, where Sung Yoo-jin will look to defend her Lotte Open title. That'll just about do it for our coverage this week from the beautiful Seongmunan Golf Club in Wonju City. We do hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as we have. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a wonderful Sunday ahead, and we'll see you next week on the KLPGA Tour. Bye-bye for now.